we are assembling the number one dad trophy. So as you can see, I've already glued my panels on, and that was so that I could let it dry under my mat to make sure it stayed nice and flat, because I was applying glue to every panel. I didn't want my project curling up, okay? And I've glued my handles. You have 4 handles, and you glue them 2 together, and then you have tabs here for gluing them onto the trophy. So you just slide your tabs in here, and we're going to glue them like that inside. Excuse the mess of the inside of mine. Had to spray my mat and the glue got clumped up on my project. So it's pretty simple. Oops. I'm putting them on first just because I don't know if it's going to be easier or not. I'm thinking it's going to be easier to put them on while my project is flat. So when you glue these together, make sure not to get glue here on these tabs, because they do need to separate and slide into these slots. You don't need a whole lot of glue on them, just enough to hold it down. There. So when you fold this, I guess because I've had mine sitting under the mat, you fold this back and then, oops, you fold this up, and then these 2 come towards you, and this one. So what you're doing is this, okay? Then fold all your tabs here in, and what I like to do is I'm going to start with the center one, because then that makes this top and the bottom just fall right into place. So put glue on all 3 tabs. But to start, I'm only going to worry about getting this stem of your trophy cup lined up. And as you see, these just fall right into place. Okay, so first I'm going to make sure that sticks before I move up to pushing these down. Okay. Just make sure you get the center stem lined up well, and you're not going to have to worry too much about these other 2 pieces, except for just reaching in and applying some pressure so that they get stuck down well. Okay. as you get closer here to the end, it doesn't, gets a little bit tighter for your hand to be in here, but it's still not difficult to get these stuck. And again, just make sure you're lining up your center well, okay, so that your cup doesn't go all lopsided. And now we're just going to close it up. Make sure all your pieces get tucked under. And for this one, I am going to make sure that I'm lined up good at the top. And then I'm going to do my center. I think this last piece is probably the hardest one of all of them. You have the biggest potential for not getting it lined up correctly on this last piece. And it feels a little bit more awkward when you're trying to get everything glued down. There we go. So that went together very nicely. If you want to line the inside, just cut an extra set of the pieces for the top and you can line the inside of your cup. Here we have the bottom. And it's nice that it'll just sit flat so you can, I'm gonna first just size this just to make sure. See how I have to wiggle everything. And we're just going to glue that straight on the bottom. Okay, and then once you know you have everything lined up where you want it, turn it over, gently apply some pressure so that you don't move the bottom around too much. Just trim that off. So there is the cups. Very simple, straightforward to put together. Now, there is a ribbon for it. Says number one dad. probably should have laid these out on the ribbon first to make sure I got everything exactly where I wanted it to be. Which I think I'm going to do here. Let's see. Don't put too much glue. You don't want it oozing all over the place. You just need a couple of dots to get it on. Okay, and I know that I'm going to pop this with some foam tape. And then you just want to take your pieces for the bottom, just line them up where you think they're going to look good. Go. I didn't put my dad on very straight, but it looks pretty good. I'm going to use, I don't know why I took that off before I got it on there. That was kind of crazy. And then I'm just going to put that right on the front of my cup. And there you have it, your #1 Dad Trophy Cup. Thank you for joining me.